Bye.
What's up, guys? Sub Sunday, episode 60, with your host with the most. Me, fuck Kelly. I'm the host. My channel now. Subscribe to Zord Base Commander for more Jordan vlogs and other
Racist
non-beard
Jordan.
stuff. I'm not racist.
What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? It's been about 2 weeks since we've done a Sub Sunday, and we're just kind of easing back into it. I'm kind of in my green paradise here.
Have
And
I watched a podcast.
mhm.
It's not a gaming podcast. It was just like, I guess, like a general entertainment podcast. And they both had green screens and they both had videos playing in the background. Like one started like his was like he was in outer space and it like went through all the universe. It went like started from the Big Bang and like the evolution of like it looked like something from like History Channel or something. And the other guy,
Really?
yeah, was just like a bird's eye view looking down, like from a drone flying over the rainforest. And it went on for like 2 hours, and I'm just like, that's almost more interesting than the podcast.
That's pretty solid. I haven't quite figured out how to make a green screen work with like Skype or Google. I think there's a way to do it.
There's a way. I don't know how to do it with Google, but with Skype, you have to have an overlay for your stream and have that behind the grid, like have that layered behind your webcam. So when you turn on the green screen, that's what shows. Do you know what I mean?
No, I have no clue what you mean.
Imagine like you have a blue, your overlay is just a blue screen.
Okay.
You put your webcam and over top of the blue screen. So your webcam, so the blue screen looks like it's behind you. But you have your webcam showing. Do you know what I mean? Like a normal overlay.
Okay.
Like the gameplay is behind your webcam in the order line on OBS. You turn on your chroma key and it shows the background. So you would just have the video in the background. So when you turn it on, it shows the video.
I have no fucking clue what you're talking about right now.
All right, I found a better way to explain it.
You know what? Let's not bore people with this.
No, they're gonna get it. No, okay, we can move on. You want 4 hours on green screening?
Here we go. While Kelly attempts to understand what the Jordan's talking about, and I know how to work green screen stuff for the most part. I think it would be easier if I went through setup XSplit and then had XSplit as the camera source.
Yeah.
And Hangout. That would probably be a lot easier that way.
Or
anywho,
you just buy a big ass TV and put it behind you. and do it
that'd work too. That would work too.
Yep.
Anyway, so apparently there was a Viner who got in trouble for. Go ahead. You know the story more than I do.
A Viner named Cameron Dallas.
Okay.
Got in trouble for vandalizing his own apartment with washable acrylic paint. So basically, he was going to do a YouTube video called Paint Twister, where they basically put paint all over the Twister board, and then they play Twister, and they're slipping, and they get covered in paint. Okay.
Okay.
Basic idea of the video. So they got a noise complaint because they were falling. So obviously, people behind them heard like banging. So they got a noise complaint, and the cops came to their door. The cop, because Cameron Dallas is the one who lived in the apartment, but his name wasn't on the lease. His roommate's name was, but he lived there, like paid rent and everything. So the cops arrested him and all of his friends for trespassing. And they try to they're like, no, we live here. Like my stuff. There's pictures of me around this apartment. So the cops pulled them, ripped them out and slammed him to the ground. It's all on video because obviously they're recording a YouTube video, so it all got caught on video. And then they were arrested, taken to, and then finally they were charged with after the guy on the lease said they weren't trespassing. They were charged with vandalizing their own apartment. Vandalizing their apartment. And then they're probably going to get that charge dropped because they just have to show the landlord, dude, it's acrylic paint. Look, it washes right off.
That is beyond amazingly stupid.
It's even It's even funnier because one of them got a rash because he couldn't wash. He was in it for 12 hours in the paint, and he found out that he was allergic to it, and they wouldn't let him wash it off.
Oh, at that point, that's cruel and unusual punishment.
Yeah, it was like tingling, and they wouldn't let them wash it off. Like they gave him like imagine like a big like baby wipe to
Yeah.
share.
That wouldn't happen. I would be claiming a whole lot of crap on that point. I'd be like, you know what, that's some cruel and unusual punishment, folks. I need you to fix this now before I sue.
Yeah,
Because I would straight up sue. That's crazy though. That is insane.
it is like I think I'm allergic. My skin is tingling and it doesn't feel right. Share that baby wipe.
Share this baby wipe. People, man, freaking people.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. We'll find out what happens later. You know, inevitably he'll make a video about it. We could sit down and watch it and go,
Yeah.
Anti-mutagen. I have no clue what's going on.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. So we saw the big Han Solo. Okay, put it this way: the only part of this new trailer that I can honestly say I remember was Han Solo standing there with Chewie and him saying, "Chewbacca, we're home." The rest of the trailer I could have gave a flying shit about. They could have made a 5-second clip of that and called it the next trailer, and I would have been perfectly happy with it.
I just noticed that the camera angles were really like odd. Like there's like if like watching and I'm just like the camera angles just seemed like different, like weird. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, this is J.J. Abrams that's directing it, so we can expect shitloads of lens flares.
I hope he doesn't do what remember when the first Hulk came out? I forgot who they got to. They got like a real artsy director to direct the very first Hulk movie. That's why it looked so weird. Like remember the transitions that they had where they would do like overlay. They had an overlay of sliding video of the Hulk of like, Bruce Banner's and like his girlfriend's face. Who directed the first Hulk?
I'm looking it up right now. Keep talking.
Yeah, and it was really weird.
Ang Lee.
Yep. Yeah. Look at his other movies. He like Hulk came out of nowhere. Correctly,
yeah, he did Life of Pi, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Apparently, he did Brokeback Mountain. Wow. Sense and Sensibility. He's interesting directorial choice. Anyways, keep going.
Yeah. Have you seen the criticism that J.J. Abrams, his a lot of his new props are just stuff that he finds around the office? Here, I'll show you a pic. One of the ships looks like a USB drive.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, you do realize that a lot of the stuff that they used on like the original Star Wars movie and a lot of other science fiction movies are just crap that they get out of the office. Or they can pick up and turn into stuff.
One thing I did think that was cool is most of the robots that will be in Force Awakens are real.
Yes. Yeah, like they're not CGing them.
Yeah.
M8 or whatever his name is, M88, is an actual droid, a droid.
Yeah, and there's the aliens aren't CG'd either; it's costumed.
That's good.
Yeah, J.J. Abrams. I watched a video where he goes into reason why he's using film and real props, and he said it makes the film holds up longer when you're actually using real
stuff.
Yeah, real stuff.
I don't blame him. That's a good thing.
Even though look at the best CG now. Let's say, I think Transformers CG, like the Transformers looked really real.
They did. They look solid. I'll give you that.
Yeah, and you look at the next best CG, which even the new Jurassic Park, those dinosaurs don't look that real. Like, I could tell, like, I think the first Jurassic Park, like, some of those dinosaurs looked more real in the first Jurassic Park than...
The first Jurassic Park, they were all animatronics. There was very little CG.
Oh
the big scenes, like, you know, with the Brachiosaurus and the Gallimimus.
Yeah.
they were those were CG.
Uh-huh.
A lot of the other stuff, like the raptors and all that stuff, were animatronics.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, that was the thing about Jurassic Park, is for the big scenes they used animatronic or CG, and the little scenes they just like broke a lot of ground with animatronics.
Um,
Go ahead.
the what is it called? So we got two of the main characters. We know two of the main characters now. The Black Stormtrooper, and which everyone
We
lost
ain't
their shit
found.
about.
We ain't found, man.
And then the one girl that was always helping him out. And then Darth Revan, probably.
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. They're bringing Revan into the Force Awakening.
He's the main bad guy. I'm pretty sure he's the main Sith. That's from the IGN article.
Okay. So from what you understand, is it like the first time Revan's there, or is it like the second coming of Revan?
I don't know. They didn't explain that. They just said this is Darth Revan's artwork, and then they showed him in the trailer.
Because if it's the first coming of Revan, I'm done. I can't do that, because Revan and Malak were huge parts of the Old Republic and everything that happened that led up to the Clone Wars and all that stuff. They were responsible for a lot of crap that happened in the Old Republic.
Do you remember here's a picture. It's not a very good one, but
I don't know. Yeah, it's not very good.
But I think when I googled Revan fortunately, he's the one with the crossed lightsaber.
You mean the broadsword?
Yeah.
Darth Vader.
Have you watched Star Wars Rebels?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you about my feelings about Star Wars Rebels. I like it. I'm going to go ahead and get that out of the way. But since they are now completely replacing the Force Unleashed storyline with Star Wars Rebels storyline, I am not happy about it, because I liked Starkiller. Yeah, Starkiller was a fantastic character. He was an excellent catalyst for the rebellion.
Yeah.
And now, somewhere out of the blue, we have this random group of rebels that are now the catalyst for the main part of the rebellion, and it's kind of like, why?
Kano, the main Jedi in Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
I just picked up his comic today, but he has a comic explaining like what happened with him with Order 66, how he survived, which they kind of gave away a bit of it in Rebels.
And another thing, they don't kill in Rebels.
I think we're going to see some killing because
Vader and the Emperor are showing up.
Vader's in the new trailer. Vader's the main character, and so is Ahsoka. So
yeah, Ahsoka showed up, which is going to be interesting when they encounter each other, because I know Ahsoka's not alive in A New Hope, so that means at some point Vader kills Ahsoka.
Yeah, which I think Vader. The reason why I think like Vader will kill her, thinking that he's done away with his past life, not because at this time he doesn't know of Luke and Leia.
No, oh, he does, but it's so buried in his psyche, it's not even funny.
And so in the Star Wars comics right now, Vader has encountered Luke twice, and he doesn't know that that's his son yet, but he's sort of picking up the hints. He knows that he's strong with the Force, and he knows that he has his lightsaber.
The Vader comics take place between A New Hope and
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder though, did they keep? They would have to keep Shadows of the Empire the same canon. They would have to. That's the one thing I don't get. They would have to keep Shadows of the Empire a canon story, because there are references to it all throughout Shadows of the Empire. Not Shadows of the Empire. Empire Strikes Back.
They might. I don't know. They probably did.
I hope they did. Anyways, but that's pretty interesting. I might have to check out the Darth Vader comic.
They're really good.
But what I don't know. I guess when it comes to it, the thing I'm annoyed about is they shat on the Clone Wars. The
Yeah.
Clone Wars was a fantastic series,
Yeah.
and they could have made at least another 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Easy. And they just said, "Oh, well, it's not what we want to do, so we're going to take a dump on an excellent series that everybody loved."
Yeah, it was great.
And then we're going to make this other series where we Disney-fy Star Wars.
Have you watch the trailer for season 2? It looked kind of dark, a little bit dark.
The main characters don't kill anybody.
Yes, they do. Did you watch the season finale? Because he caused the Inquisitor to die. That was a badass fight scene too, though.
He caused the Inquisitor to die. He didn't strike him down. Okay, see that's the thing. It went from it way. Clone Wars. Luke kills, not Luke. I'm sorry, Anakin and Obi-Wan and everybody. They are destroying folks.
You're gonna use Anakin as an example as Jedi kill.
Even Obi-Wan did. During the Clone Wars, they were decimating everything that got in their way when they had to, do something.
I'm trying to.
And then all of a sudden, the main character of Star Wars Rebel has a stun slingshot. It's like, what?
But that last fight scene was badass.
Oh,
with his gun lightsaber. That was cool.
The gun lightsaber I like. That's pretty cool. I gotta give him that. That is pretty cool. But it's okay. What Disney needs to realize is Star Wars is not a lovey-dovey series. It is a violent political war story.
What would you think about this? It won't happen, but an HBO Star Wars series, Old Republic.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
If they kept it not Disney-fied, I would absolutely
watch it. HBO, you're gonna see some tits.
I wouldn't even care about tits. I want to see, what I see in the actual comics of the Old Republic, stuff like that. I mean, it's like Game of Thrones. I don't care about the TV show. That first season of the TV show ruined it for me.
Really?
Yes. Because all I heard was, "Oh my God, there's so much nudity in it," and it's like, okay.
Oh, they toned that down. They toned the nudity down starting season 4. It's almost like they did the nudity to grab people, and then once they had them enticed in the story, they're like, no one needs to be naked anymore.
Yep, put the clothes back on. But it's like in the book, there's barely any nudity.
Yeah,
barely. Yeah. It's talked about every once in a while, but there's barely any nudity. And the books are 10 times just. Oh my God, so much better.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to I'm excited for the books, but there's only 3 more seasons left. They're finishing Game of Thrones before the book comes out.
They can't.
Yeah, they can. They're going to. They just
I mean they can't. He already said you can't finish the series until I'm done with the books.
No, they did a press conference saying that they knew it was going to happen from the beginning. That the TV show was going to spoil the books.
Oh God, I hope they don't.
And even if George R. R. Martin doesn't want it, I think it might be one of those situations where he didn't think about it all the way, and he doesn't have control. Like, it doesn't matter what he says.
He still has control over it, if I remember correctly. From what I've been reading about it, he still owns the rights to Game of Thrones.
He might own the rights to Game of Thrones, but he might, HBO might say, they might have a thing saying, we control the TV show start to finish. We're consult him, because I know he writes episode 9 of every season, which is always the most important episode.
It is, but and it's actually the one that actually sticks closest to the book.
He was watching the Red Wedding, and he forgot he wrote it.
Oh, I have no doubt he forgot he wrote it.
He's watching, and he's like, I knew he was he's looking at, he was he has a paper with the characters that are left. He has a diagram of where everything's going. And he's like, I did cross them out. This, I don't remember any of this. That'd be so funny if Catelyn's like in the 5th book somewhere or the
Caitlin.
6th book because he forgot.
That would be well. Lady Stoneheart's still knocking around.
Yeah, Lady Stoneheart's not in the new season yet.
I don't know if they're going to introduce her in the show. That's from what I understand. They're not introducing her to the show or something stupid like that.
Um. Oh, the comics. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what Disney and Marvel's plan are for these comics, but Shattered Empire, which will bridge the gap between episodes 6 and 7, they're gonna finish it before episode 7 comes out, and it's supposed to start this fall. What are you gonna have, like a comic a week? How are you gonna do that?
How are you gonna do that? That, and you know what else pisses me off? Truce at Barracus. Truce at Barracus took place like immediately after Return of the Jedi. Fantastic book. It's the rebels and the Empire working together to deflect a far more dangerous enemy. Excellent story. Excellent, amazing story. The last time Luke ever sees Obi-Wan Kenobi. After that, he never visits him again. And now, guess what that is? Oh, it's a Legends. Fuck you, Disney. Sorry. I'm raging a little bit.
Is Luke qualified to lead to start the Jedi Order again? Because I really don't think he is. He might be strong with the Force, but I don't think he's qualified.
He's the only one.
I don't think he is.
No, he literally. Okay, well, according to the Legends, fucking Disney, I am so sore about that, and I don't know why. I know exactly why. It's because it had so much of a rich history and character base, and Disney's like, oh, we didn't think of it, so we're just gonna shit on it.
Star Wars. I think Disney might have done this, but something it follows true to what they took it straight from like the Legend. From Legend, and something that Clone Wars did, like follow true with, is each lightsaber color has a meaning of why your crystal is that color.
That's a good thing. I'm glad.
Yeah, and sort of the reason why it's red is because the crystal's synthetic. It's not a real crystal. Because
that doesn't seem right. Because the original Sith, the Sith lightsabers were made from crystals from like a dwarf star.
Yeah, then that's not the real crystal. Then the real crystal is literally made from the Force. It's like Anakin, like a crystal, Force crystal.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was I saying?
But have you heard of the Sentinel? There's a reason why I don't think Luke is the last. Have you heard of the Sentinel class of Jedi? Yellow lightsabers, double-sided yellow lightsabers, pointed at the end like a real sword.
Vaguely, but yeah, go ahead.
So basically, their whole role was they would. You rarely saw them. Either you saw them in the temple as guards, or they were literally like undercover Jedis, like snuffing out any uprising of the dark side. Obviously, they weren't good at their job. So the whole thing is that even the Jedi Order, like higher members of the Jedi Order, did not know they existed. Did not know that these guys were out there looking for the dark side. So the whole thing is they might have never been killed from Order 66.
Huh.
And as soon as they see the Republic's back, they're like, "Hey, Luke, I knew your dad. He was a douchebag, but
your dad was an asshole, but we're here to guide you."
Yeah.
It's what is it? There was a story which is no longer canon, thanks Disney, about what is it called? Flight. Star Wars.
Flight of the Bumblebees.
Flight book. Let's see. Star Wars book list. Outbound Flight. 2006, Timothy Zahn. Excellent book. It's about a Jedi who is sent outside of our galaxy. They get a ship together, and a Jedi and a bunch of other people are sent outside of our galaxy. and he comes back later in the Legends as a clone. He was cloned and sent back, or some crazy stuff like that. I haven't finished reading all the books that have to do with that, but they were some amazing books. But I know there are a couple Jedis here and there that made it outside of our galaxy, or they just disappeared. But for the most part, the majority of them were wiped out, or they just went into non-existence.
Yeah. So you want to talk about Battlefront?
Yeah.
Do you know this? I have I just opened up Battlefront 2 to check what it was called, but I want Galactic Conquest to come back.
It's not going to. From what I've heard, supposedly this is supposed to be like Titanfall. All online, all time, multiplayer, no single player campaign. None of this, none of that. Nothing that made Star Wars Battlefront.
Galactic Conquest is what almost made, like, literally, if I was a little more insane, I might have killed my mom. Because PlayStation 2, I did not have a memory card. So the only
nice.
And my PlayStation 2 stayed on the whole time. And I would go to school, and one day I almost had it all conquered, everything. I almost saved the galaxy from the Separatist, and I couldn't do it because my mom turned my PlayStation off.
Oh.
And like, I'm just thinking about that now. Like, it could be so much better. Like, you could have like an economy system where you can build more ships, but there's no space battle, so that's not going to work. How you can't do Galactic Conquest with only. If you could, but it wouldn't be as fun if you only had ground missions. See, part of me, I sympathize. I didn't care about the other stuff they took out, but Galactic Conquest was the greatest thing.
When you take out all the stuff that made Battlefront, and then you try to turn it into Battlefield, then you're gonna piss off a lot of people.
Yeah. I saw the greatest post on Reddit. If DICE thought a Star Wars skinned Battlefield 4 was a good idea, they should have just opened up mod tools, because somebody would have done it.
Exactly. I guarantee you somebody would have already had it up and running. It would, and the bad part is it would run better than their game.
Yeah, and the funny thing is when all this Battlefront news came out, IGN put up an article about the Galactic Warfare mod for COD 4. Mm-hmm. Now when you go to play it, there's like 10 servers all filled up. There's tons of people playing the Galactic Warfare mod because they're like, this is what the multiplayer should have been, and then they should have kept everything else the same or added to it.
I think George should be beaten for selling that, because also, guess what Disney shat upon also? The one game that everybody wanted to play, Star Wars 1313.
Oh, jeez.
I was so happy, psyched for that. I'm like, this game is going to be amazing. And then it gets canceled before it even really has a chance.
I want to know, like, all right, first of all, someone needs to be fired at DICE, because who decided it was a good idea to say, yeah, this is what we don't have in our game, not what we do have. Let's start with what we don't. All this stuff you love from the original, we don't have it. Who thought that was a good idea?
I don't know. Whoever thought that up was an idiot.
Also, they have single player and co-op missions, but I don't know why would you do single player? What are these missions that isn't a campaign?
Yeah, no, you know what it's going to be like? It's going to be like the stupid Spec Ops from Call of Duty. I bet you anything.
If it's like the instant action stuff, where the instant action stuff was kind of cool, where especially the ones where you could immediately spawn in as a Jedi or Sith.
If they're going to do Battlefront 3, they need to do it like Battlefront 2, just make it a little bit better. This is the thing, okay? People complained about like Dead Rising 3 being exactly like Dead Rising 2. If you guys ever played Dead Rising 2, it was a great game and it worked well. Okay, so why would we want to change a winning formula to a formula that we know sucks ass?
And also with like you all of this bad news, they get rid of so many features, and then you find out that it's the only 3 things in the game that they've announced so far, because they said we're not putting a bunch of stuff in, is single player and co-op missions and multiplayer. And the multiplayer isn't even the 64 player, it's 40 players, so 20 on 20. You would think 64 people, and it's like, Jesus Christ.
I didn't know we were going back to our PlayStation 2s.
I'd rather have the PlayStation 2 version.
That's the bad part. I would too. I mean,
if you could somehow copy and paste Battlefront 2 on the Frostbite engine and just sell that to me, I would take it.
I
agree
with you.
No, don't throw in your multiplayer, because Battlefront 2's multiplayer was fine.
Yeah. So there we go. Prime example of a great game that works, and then the next game only made it better. Far Cry 4. Far Cry 3 was an excellent game. Worked fine. Even on PC with the little crashing issues I had, game was great. Far Cry 4 fixed a couple of the small bugs, that little, tweaks that it needed to be, added a couple of features. The game worked great.
Yep. Oh, you know another thing we have to look forward to with Battlefront?
The first time Ubisoft actually did something right within the last 5 years.
Yeah. Another thing we have to look forward to with Battlefront is, I guarantee you there's not going to be an in-game client. We're going to have to launch the game from the stupid website.
Oh, God, I hope not. I really hope not.
That is
the dumbest fucking PC idea ever. The retard that thought that up needs to be beaten within an inch of his life, because it is so stupid.
And you know what's dumber is, anytime they update the plugin, you have to uninstall it. You can't just update the plugin. You have to uninstall it, because it's not a Chrome. They don't have a Chrome plugin. It's a plugin you download that automatically installs itself, so there's no updating feature.
That is so stupid.
So you have to go into your Chrome files, uninstall it, and sometimes it doesn't uninstall. Sometimes little pieces will hang on to your Chrome, and you still can't. So you have to uninstall Chrome to redo it.
That is ridiculous and stupid. In today's day, we should not have to worry about this. We should launch the game and go from there. We should not have to log onto a website. This is kind of why I hate Origins.
Oh, if you pre-order,
and EA.
If you pre-order, you get the bonus planet of some planet. But if you don't pre-order it, you have to pay. You have to pay for it if you don't pre-order, and you miss out on 2 maps, because there's 2 maps on that planet.
Wow. They
and the premium edition, it's EA, so there's going to be like buy the premium edition and you get a bunch of other crap, and you can customize your character. So is there any customization on the Rebel side?
So wait a minute. What you're telling me is they're reskinning Battlefield 4 and calling it Battlefront.
Yeah.
And why hasn't anybody said, please don't fuck up our game? I mean, we probably have been, but they're not listening.
Yeah, on Reddit, it's every couple months, as soon as they announced it for like 2 years ago, every couple months on Reddit, it'd be like the number one thing on Reddit. EA. I would be like, DICE, do not fuck this up. And then boom, they just do it.
Okay, so now that we're done complaining about Battlefront, there was 3 new trailers for Star Wars. Man, we are sticking to some Star Wars right now. I hope you guys are Star Wars nerds, because we are nerding it out. Because me and him, we could probably literally talk about it for the next 10 hours.
The two Star Wars trailers, we can breeze through it. So Star Wars Rebels, it just showed the Rithamain rebellion. Ahsoka's the main character. She what's his name?
I'm going to be honest. I got the tingles whenever I saw Ahsoka.
Yeah, so did I. And see it, the 2 lightsabers. What is the Padawan's name?
I don't know, but yeah, that guy.
Azrael? Zeke?
Azil?
Ezra. Yeah, Ezra. So Ezra is continuing his training. He seemed pretty strong with the Force, and they keep making like weird dark side references to him. Like he's doing stuff that's like that he shouldn't be doing, and that he's like not. He gets angry and he's not afraid. And then at the end of the trailer, you see Darth Vader, uh, pushed Ezra up against a wall, and is force moving his hand with his lightsaber out to his neck to kill him. And then the trailer ends.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's brutal.
Yeah.
And okay, as much as I'll bitch about it, I'll watch it. Me and my son, we love watching it. We
Yeah,
sit
and
down and we watch it. That's
comes
all.
out-
That's what matters.
Comes out this fall.
That's awesome. We'll check it out. And then apparently there's a Rogue. What is it? Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One trailer. So it was shown at the Star Wars Anniversary Experience thing that they had, where they showed the last trailer and Battlefront. So basically, you're on a grass planet, a forest planet, and stormtroopers are running. Stormtroopers are running. Look like they're just doing like normal military drills, like jogging in like a line, like marching. And then the camera pans up and you see the sky, and the Death Star is literally like half the sky. It looks like
Star.
yeah, so it takes place, I guess, when the Death Star was still going on. The Death Star is literally like half the sky. It almost looked like the Death Star was the planet, and what they were on was.
Hold on a second. Oh god, that's loud. I found a shoddy copy of it.
Can you link it for me?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Oh look, Disney in the corner. Stupid
Oh, this
mouse.
isn't the trailer. It's just a screenshot.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I don't remember this part of the trailer. Oh, yeah, this is the very beginning. And then you see the Stormtrooper, and then the Death Star is literally. Oh, it wasn't Storm. It was these dudes. They are running, and then you see the Death Star in the top. Yeah. So imagine this: you see a forest planet or a forest moon. The camera pans up, and you see the Death Star literally taking up half the sky.
Hold on.
Oh, I found it.
Oh, you did? Link it. Link
Oh,
that.
it's not the whole thing, but it's
Whatever.
yeah, you see the Death Star. Yeah, so this is basically what happens. The camera pans up, and you see the Death Star in the sky, literally taking up half the sky.
Wow. Near the end of it. Okay. He snapped a picture of it. Okay. Well, so it pans up, it's Death Star, then you see rebel troops running. Okay. I don't even know how I'm going to feel about Rogue One. I mean, when is this supposed to take place, do you know?
I don't know. I guess I have no idea.
It's one of those things. I'm sitting here going, I know I've been Star Wars starved because I wanted more and always wanted more, and now I'm getting more, and I'm sitting here going, but it's made by Disney.
That doesn't bother me. It just only thing Disney has done is they have a big bank account.
Really, they do.
Well, all right. So, how much they're into Star Wars right now? How much they've spent?
Oh, almost like a lot.
They're $4 billion to get it, $200 million on Episode 7, and then however much they spent on the games, paying for the games that are coming out, and then Rebels, and then toys and comics. They've spent a lot of money. They're just swipe.
Yeah, and I bet you somebody's hoping it pays off.
Oh my! Could you imagine if like Episode 7's like a flop?
Oh God. Yeah.
Like just no one goes to see it. It comes out
Nobody
Christmas, so I'm
cares.
definitely seeing it.
I probably will see it too.
I'm seeing it.
All right, so let's move on.
GTA?
GTA 5 finally hit PC. I don't know if I want to get it or not.
It is so good. I have it. I love it. So good. Right now, all right. Look at this. Right now, there's 192 200,000 people playing, and they had a peak today of 284,000. The day it came out, they were at 300,000, topping the number one played game on Steam that day.
Cool. I can.
The only two games above it is Dota 2 at 800,000 and Counter-Strike at 500,000, 570,000.
Really?
Yeah. Counter-Strike, and it's like that's surprisingly a lot of people playing this game, like both Counter-Strike especially. Part of me wonders
Let me see if I can find it cheap somewhere.
Part of me wonders if Valve is sort of lying about these numbers to make it look more impressive.
Well,
there's like 20 people on Counter-Strike right now.
Speaking of GTA, also Mortal Kombat 10 came out, or Mortal Kombat X came out, and that one was actually a pretty big success. I've been playing the crap out of it lately, and it's fun.
I didn't get it, so you're gonna have to talk about that.
It's Mortal Kombat. I mean, the fatalities are fun, and it's Mortal Kombat. What can you say about Mortal Kombat? You're gonna kill folks. You're gonna smash their faces in. The very graphic. It's a lot smoother than 9. It's a lot smoother than a lot of the past ones have been, which is nice. But at the same time, it's still a Mortal Kombat. On PC, it runs kind of rough. Okay, really rough, in all honesty. But it's getting I know I get 60.
30 FPS on a when you go into a X-ray.
No, I've been getting 60.
The 2 reviews I've seen, they both said that they would get 60 FPS and then drop down to 30.
Yeah.
When they go into an X-ray.
I've gotten 60 every time.
And they're running, like, it was Total Biscuit running 2 980s.
Wow. That's kind of scary, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a bad game. I mean, it's fun to play. The fatalities are cool. I mean, I've picked up Cassie Cage as a character, and I believe my favorite fatality she's done that she has is called Selfie, where she takes her baton out and breaks your jaw off, and as your body falls down, she slides over, grabs you by the back of the neck, whips your head up, and takes a picture with you and posts it to a joke Facebook site. And then you could see the comments as they come out, which is it's hilarious, and they're gruesome. These fatalities they are gruesome. I do have to give them that they did a good job on making you go
yeah.
Really? So I can't really complain about that. Story is actually good. I enjoy the story. I think they did a wonderful job with the story. I cannot find. I found a copy of GTA 5 the other day for like $20. I
talked about GTA 5 if you want to keep looking.
Go ahead and talk about GTA 5.
Yeah, GTA 5, it runs really, really, it's really well optimized. It runs really well.
It better considering they took a lot of time to get it to run well.
I have 2 970s, and I'm getting on Ultra. On Ultra, I hover around 140 FPS, 1080p on Ultra. With the view distance, like there's a view distance at like halfway, which is far enough that I can see everything and like cars aren't just randomly popping in. So it looks good. The heists are really fun. The economy, if you didn't pre-order it, then I recommend just spending $5 to catch up, because you're like the $5, you're gonna be doing a lot of missions to earn money to catch up with everybody else, because everybody got $1 million. If you pre-ordered it, you got $1 million, and most people just carried their characters over from the 360 and from the console versions. So now you have people with like $10-15 million, and you're gonna have trouble catching up with them if you don't just spend the $5 to get your head start. And then once you get to like 500,000, money's not a problem. You just earn money like crazy.
Okay.
I didn't play through. I played a little bit of the single player, but I've already played through it, so I wasn't that interested in it. But yeah, the multiplayer is just really fun. I was watching these Twitch streamers. I don't know if you watch Gassy Mexican,
I've seen them.
but him and four. His the only problem is he gets too bass happy on that mic. Jesus Christ. Him and four people he was streaming with, they played a full 18 rounds of golf. Like they really spent a lot of time on golf and tennis and bowling, like the mini games in the game. They really like Rockstar really spent a lot of time perfecting that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like if it was an EA, let's talk. Speaking of golf, EA. I wonder what Tiger Woods off 2014 probably. I'm looking. There's literally a map in Tiger Woods 14. Do you remember Parasol Storm in Battlefield?
Vaguely.
It's the one where a storm comes in and then a beached battleship runs up on shore. That was the evolution for the map.
Okay.
Well, they put that in PGA and Tiger Woods golf. Literally, you're golfing and a battleship runs up on the. Like it's almost like they copy and paste the map.
That's pretty funny, actually.
I'm trying to find the trailer or a screenshot of it.
All right, that deal's long gone, probably.
Where did you see it?
I don't even remember. I ran upon it, and then I just don't remember where I was anymore. I gotta start bookmarking stuff more often. I gotta start cleaning out bookmarks. Anyways,
yeah. So GTA 5's really, really fun. The only thing is modding. They're not supporting modding.
it's okay. Somebody will find a way around.
The reason why I've heard the reason why they didn't support modding, it was a Reddit article, is because they got a lot of shit on GTA 4 on mods that people made. Like Rockstar took bad public and like they had nothing to do with the mods. It's that you can make a mod where everybody's a baby and you can kill everybody.
Wow.
And now that's on the news as GTA 4 baby killing. like just crazy stuff. So Rockstar they probably like publicly not supporting mods, but apparently there's a way they're not stopping you from putting in mods, and it's not that difficult to get around what they like their stoppage, like their blockage for the mods.
Okay.
So it's sort of like we're not supporting it, so we're going to put this in to stop you from doing mods, but it's super easy to get around. Like, and you look at it and you're like, oh, you didn't really stop anybody there.
Okay. Now, MKX, I've actually been having a lot of fun with it online. They, you got your King of the Hills or Survivor, stuff like that. They have the basic game modes that everybody has. Test Your Luck is pretty cool too. It's a random combat thing. Things just pop up, or different abilities or disabilities, or stuff get thrown on your character, and you have to win the match or lose the match, whatever comes to it. And we on Saturday nights, I do a stream called Saturday Night Stomp Fest, where we play a fighting game. And since MKX is the newest, hottest fighting game, we're all playing MKX. And I've been trying to figure out different names for Koth rooms, King of the Hill rooms. Like last night, I named one of my rooms "Turn Your Head in Koth."
Koth?
Yeah, turn your head in Koth. Get it?
Yeah.
And then there's one that's Rip and Koth, or King of the Koth. Get it? King of the Hill, King of the Koth. Just messing with stuff like that. Making up stupid names so that way people know that it's a King of the Hill room. You can come in and I am seriously I'm the worst gloater and probably the most bitterest player ever on a fighting game. This is why I don't play them much, because I will gloat when I whoop your ass. Even if I cheese you to death, I will gloat. And if I get my ass handed to me, I am the most saltiest person in existence. I know I am. Unless it was a good fight. If it's a good fight, then I'm good. But if the person sits there and uses Raiden's Electrobolt to pin me to the side of the the other side of the screen, then I'm gonna be pissed.
I haven't played Mortal Kombat with Kelly, but I played Injustice, and Kelly's a cheater. He cheats.
I'm not a cheater.
He has hacks.
When did we play Injustice?
I don't know. You were playing Injustice. It was $5 on Humble Bundle.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, we played Injustice for like 5 hours that night.
Okay. Yeah, I don't cheat. You're just mad because you suck.
You're a hacker. You and whoever. I think Wild Man was the other person we were playing with. He's a hacker too.
It's probably Wild Man and Cam Can.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, let's talk about. All right, so I want to talk about Twitch, because this happened to me a while ago. While we were playing, I was streaming while we were playing Mortal Kombat. I mean, not Injustice.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to. I hovered around like 10 people.
Okay.
Someone from your stream, I think it was Green Man. Do you know who that is? Somebody from your stream came into my stream and he asked me, do I know Cyndaquil? And I thought he meant the Pokemon. I said, no, I don't really like Pokemon. And he goes on, they're like, no, not the Pokemon. And then another person in the stream was like, it's a Pokemon. And I was very confused on who Cyndaquil was. And turns out, I was like, no, I don't really like it. Turns out Cyndaquil is another streamer, a girl streamer, and I got a bunch of people coming into my channel the next time I stream calling me a douchebag because I said I didn't like her. I'm like, I got like 10 people. I thought you were a Pokemon.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, so I had one person saying, no, not the Pokemon. Another person saying, yeah, it's a Pokemon, and it's insane.
I think I vaguely remember that conversation.
Yeah, I was so confused, and
I don't blame you. I'd be confused too. So little game called Titan Souls came out. It is a literally one-hit kill game. You have one arrow, you can take one hit, and the boss usually only takes about 2 or 3 hits, but it's all strategic hits. Okay, hit him in the eye, and then he changes. It's a pretty nifty little game. I've played a little bit of it. I'm not, it's not my type of game.
It also had awful timing coming out too.
It came out
on GTA 5 PC and Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it got love on Twitch though. It got plenty of love on Twitch because of Man vs. Game was playing it, and so was Zeke. But it just it didn't make a big as bang as I think they were hoping it would.
Yeah. Speaking of coming out when games coming out and when big games are coming out, I remember Battlefield 3. I think it was Modern Warfare 3.
Mm-hmm.
They came out at the same time. They were going to come out. They had both announced. Call of Duty announced their release date. Battlefield announced their release date. They were both like November 6th. Battlefield was going to go head to head, and then they saw you saw the pre-orders for Call of Duty shoot up, and Battlefield down here. So they moved Battlefield moved theirs up a month to October, which is smart. Yeah, I think they got cold feet. I'm like, why would you compete with Call of Duty? Why do you think you can do this?
Why would you compete with Call of Duty?
There are more
12-year-olds now than anything, Yeah.
Even Call of Duty has been. Which I've noticed is Call of Duty sells less and less. It looks like they sell less and less. They do a spike. So once Black Ops 1 came out, they spiked up. Modern Warfare 3, they go down. Black Ops 2, they spiked up. Ghost, down. Advanced Warfare, down. So it seems like Treyarch is the moneymaker, so Black Ops 3 just spike right back up.
I'm not going to pre-order it. I might not even bother with this one.
If you might want to pre-order it. Pre-order it?
Yes, the beta is the worst idea in existence.
First Call of Duty beta since World at War.
Bad idea, Treyarch. Unless you're going to release some magic, Bad
They have
idea.
to be so confident with this game.
They really
Really,
do. I mean, they better be walking around going, "My dick is 10 inches long."
the
How about
trailer
you, Sledgehammer? You ain't shit because
reveal
my dick is 10 inches long.
the reveal trailer today.
I'm not impressed with it.
I don't know. I just didn't like exosuits, and it looks like there's wall running. It looks like
I hope they keep that confined to the single player.
there's jetpacks, which it's I don't know how big of the jetpacks there is. I know it seems like your character is like a cyborg, so it seems like you're going to be able to
I
jump
did
like
see
crazy.
that. I did see that. That looks pretty cool. Like being able to shapeshift your arm into a gun. That's pretty freaking cool. I like that
Oh,
idea.
there's um
But let's please, please, for the love of God, please, let's leave that on the single player.
yeah. One thing I thought was kind of cool is maybe you can like you can't double jump, but you can jump. You can boost left and right. Like you can like kick off from one foot and scoot one way or scoot the other way. That I like that mechanic.
I am okay with that, actually. I am okay with that. Did you know that sunflowers can be used to clean up radioactive waste?
No, I didn't.
Because that is far more interesting than Black Ops 3. To me, it is, at least.
Well, I multiplayer comes E3, so
yeah. Well, that's one of those things. We will see.
Which is really early. This is the soon, and also PC. They talked about they want Call of Duty to come back to PC. They're focusing on the PC version and getting it. The specs are so low. They have it kind of low. It's an i3 minimum and a
Really?
i3 and 470 minimum. But you do, and they're working on getting the RAM down. Right now, it's at 5 or 6 gigs, but they expect it to be at 4.
That's cool.
Yeah, they said that
I like that.
They said that Call of Duty doesn't need to be the best looking game on PC because there's games there's games that do that and they can't compete.
So they just want something people can play.
Yeah, so if there's low end laptops that can play this game, and also
that's good.
On machines like ours, it's going to look great.
That is fantastic. I'm glad.
Yeah,
it's about time. Because you know what, Ghost was bullshit. Ghost was crap. Good Lord, did you see the system specs for what you needed for Ghost when it originally came out?
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. I'm sitting here going, what? What? Who has that money?
Also, no last gen version, no 360 or PS3.
Yeah, well, I mean, at that point, they've already released two Call of Duties on the last gen that are on the next gen, so they're going to start phasing them out, this year.
Yeah.
So that's to be expected. I mean, but it's like the one other issue with that is the Xbox 360 going to be like the PlayStation 2, because the PlayStation 2 was a freaking juggernaut.
Yeah.
In its lifespan, it still has sold more consoles than the PS3 and the PS2 together, I believe.
Well, that's not PS3, PS3 and
PS4.
Yeah, I was like, sorry. The PS2 has sold more than the PS2 and PS3 combined.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I meant to say the PS3 and the PS4 combined. And, don't get me wrong. I like my PS3 and I like my PS4. I like my 360. I refuse to buy that crapper Xbox One because I have 3, 4, 5, 6 perfectly good Netflix machines that I could be using. My phone. I have this fantastic computer. I have a Xbox 360, a PS3, and a PS4. So, I mean, at this point,
I saw this sort of funny review, and it was like Xbox wanted to be like your media machine, and it cost $350, and then it showed all the features it had. And then it showed all the features the $69 Apple TV had and the $100 Roku. Same thing, and the interface was better.
I know.
Or you could spend, I think it's like $80, and you can get the amp. And if like the controller is your preferred way of navigating menus, buy the Fire TV, because you can $100 you get the controller, the remote, and the Fire TV.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Let's PC Master Race, and let's go back to not being circle jerking. The PC Master Race here. H1Z1. is Sony's big, huge survival horror. Actually, I don't think it's Sony's
It's
anymore.
not Sony's anymore.
It's Daylight Studios, I believe.
Daybreak.
Daybreak Studios, and it is the end all, the beat all zombie survival horror game, because you know what, it still is running better than DayZ, as everybody should have noticed in the survival games that was on Twitch the other day. That was horrible.
If I was
DayZ
whoever
should be
makes
ashamed
DayZ,
of themselves.
I would be like panicking trying to shut that down.
I
Turn off
honestly,
all the streams.
I'm pretty sure the person who was responsible for DayZ should just go ahead and commit seppuku and get it over with. I mean, he's probably not even Japanese, but he needs to put himself out in front of the head of the company and just gut himself, because that was ridiculous.
H1Z1, I don't. All right, so the survival, I might not be playing it right, but it's a running simulator. It's a hiking.
Oh
simulator.
no, they're all hiking simulators. They're
the
all
thing
walking
that sets
simulators.
H1Z1 apart is the battle royale matchmaking system they have, and battle royale is so like they nailed it on this. Like I'm waiting for there's going to be a AAA studio that will make a battle royale only game with 4 or 5 maps, and they will make and they will make so much money. Like Ubisoft could do it if they take the Snowdrop engine from the Division and turn that into a battle royale game with a bunch of maps, matchmaking, leaderboards, and everything. Oh, they have a winner. They could destroy everything. They have a game, and they have a game that would last them. You could charge $15 an update for 2 maps, 1 map. You could charge 15. People would pay it.
People would. That's the scary part. I wouldn't, but people would.
Battle royale is so it's so addicting, and especially like the thing that makes it fun. Like you don't want to play.
I feel bad for the first person to get killed in battle royale.
Yeah,
that sucks.
It's usually because basically what happens. Basically, most people will die within the first 10 minutes when you're collecting stuff. Is you walk into a house, you're startled because someone's there, and they just blow you away because you can't react fast enough.
That sounds about right.
Or you're running down and you find the guy with the best aim in the world. One shot with an AR just dings you in the head and you're gone. And you're like, oh, thanks, man. Kill cams would be nice to have in the game though.
That would be pretty cool to watch the kill cam of them killing you. I can agree with that.
Spectator mode would be nice too. But no, spectator mode wouldn't work.
No, because then you can get a Skype call with your friend who's in there with you.
Maybe if you top 5, because top 5 you're literally in a space. No, you can see everybody in top 5. You can see everybody.
Yeah.
So there's no reason that maybe top 5 have spectator mode.
That would be pretty interesting.
Or watch maybe. I think another cool thing is to be able to watch battle royale games. You do a 2-minute delay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I could see that. I would like to see a battle royale thing.
Yeah, 2-minute delay. Yeah.
Sit back and watch it, and have it bounce between character to character.
The creator of it said that he wants battle royale to be an esport. Like he thinks that it would be, you have the team. Most esports now are teams or 1v1, but there's no big free for all. Which you'll never be able to do a LAN because you're gonna put 100 people on a stage.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, Battlefield tried to do that where they had an esport match at E3, Battlefield 4 when it first came out, and they had, I think 32 people on stage.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, see, something like that, you wouldn't actually put them on stage for battle royale. You'd have to rent out a stadium. I mean, get the Lakers basketball stadium, something like that. Something with the big screens in the middle.
Yeah.
And everybody can sit around. That's how it would work well.
They did. League of Legends did have their championship at the Staples Center, which is where the Lakers play.
That's cool.
Yeah, they took that giant screen in the middle.
Yeah,
I watched a time lapse of them taking it down.
Well, they took it down. Why?
Because what they had was, I think it was like a 400-inch screen. They cut the stadium in half, and they had a huge screen going from one side of the stadium to the other side. And everyone sat in front of that, and in the bleachers, and it curved around it. Here, I'll show you a picture. And
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Yeah, no, I could see a battle royale done in stadium. So we're going to take a look at this picture, and then we're going to move on to Steam Workshop monetization. Everybody's been in a big stink about it, and I have a interesting perspective. I have a video up about it, but I figure I'd get somebody else's perspective whenever we talk about this.
Here, I got the picture for you. They sold out the Staples Center in, I think it was like 10 minutes.
Holy crap, that's amazing.
Yeah, the time lapse of them taking that thing down was crazy though. I didn't even realize that could be taken down, which I guess makes sense now because they have concerts and
That is insane.
also speaking of esports, Heroes of the Storm, Blizzard's
I
logo,
played it.
it was on ESPN today.
What?
Yeah, the collegiate league is on ESPN.
Holy crap.
Yeah. You can
That's
turn
crazy.
Yeah, I was like, I saw it on Twitter, people blowing up that it's on ESPN. I turn on my TV, fucking Heroes of the Storm is getting casted.
That's insane.
And I'm like, I just wanted to tweet it right. How does it feel that Blizzard's game that's still in closed beta made it on ESPN before League of Legends?
Ah, damn.
I think the reason why it's better suited because league matches will take average is probably 35 minutes. Longest, maybe that's average. Most of them are probably going to last 40 minutes, and they can go up to like an hour. During that whole time, there's no time.
A lot of the league players are straight up like MLG Sweatfest over there.
Well, there's a lot of money for winning. Even like the championship matches, it's sort of like, do I want to make $100,000 this year, or do I want to make 150? I'm going to win every match.
Okay.
Yeah.
So apparently an executive of Google died in an avalanche in Naples.
Ooh, which like one of the creators?
I don't know, just an executive. And I would love this. I would love to see a World War I Call of Duty game, but I doubt it's gonna happen.
Oh no, I doubt ever. She looks like she's like 16. What the hell?
Give me a link.
She does not look old enough to be in charge of anything. Look at this girl.
Wow. It's a shame she's dead.
Yeah.
But she does look like she's about 16, 17 years old. Amongst earthquake victims on Everest. Okay, she was at Mount Everest, and then the earthquake is how she died.
She was on Everest, and there was an earthquake?
Yeah, there was a huge earthquake in Naples.
Volcanoes, earthquakes, end of the world, man.
Yep, end of the world, man.
Have you seen the video of the guy? I'll try to find it again, but there was a video of the guy recording. He was hiking right at the base of the volcano when it exploded. And he just froze. He was like, holy shit.
And he recorded it?
Yeah, he recorded it. He was just like, he was just like sort of panning around, like showing like the spot he was at. And then like he's like going up towards the sky, and then almost like he knew. He pans up at the volcano, and then boom. It goes off. And then he like drops the camera and darts.
Find the video. Take a look at it. So Steam and Valve is doing a monetization for modders, and I think it's a great idea. Let's monetize mod stuff that people make for free. Now, why this is a great idea is because some of these guys make amazing mods, absolutely amazing mods, and they put time and effort into it. And I believe that they should be, they should earn something off of it. Now, where the biggest issue is Steam wants to only give them 25% of the revenue, and then they want the other half and some of it to go to the game developers, and then Steam takes it, and some of it goes to a charity. And I'm sitting here going, no. If you're gonna monetize stuff like that, holy crap, that's amazing. If you're gonna monetize mods, then you give it all to the person who made the mod. Or at least if you're going to be doing it through, Steam service, then they need to make there needs to be an 80-20 split, okay? 80% of that going to the person who created the mod, 10% going to Valve for handling, and 10% going to the company who made the game. Not screw the person who created it so we can make a bigger profit, because Gabe Newell doesn't need to make a bigger profit. He already bathes in our money. It's called Steam sales. So what do you think? What do you think about this? I want to hear your opinion.
So they went about it. I don't think selling mod should always be 100% free. How mods should make their money is right now there's a Patreon going on for a City Skylines mod creator to make. I forgot what the mod he's going to make, but it's a badass mod, and he's going to make, and that should either be a donation service or a maybe not even donation. It's free, but you have an option to pay. Say there's a Star Wars mod for Battlefield 4. It's free, or give the guy $10. I would give him $10 for that
if it worked well.
Yeah, and obviously have a and also another thing is, what if, Kelly, you make a mod that transforms Skyrim into My Little Pony Land. You stop updating it, and Skyrim updates for some reason, and your mod crashes, and I paid $30 for that My Little Pony mod. Do I get my money back because the mod doesn't work anymore?
Nope.
Exactly.
Okay, I can see that. I agree with that. That's kind of crap.
Also, I can make money right now. I don't know. I haven't made any mods, but I just download mods and put them up for free. There's no policing. Kelly can make a badass Skyrim mod. I could just take it and put it up for free, and put it up and sell it, because what are you gonna say? Prove you made it? How do you do that?
I agree.
And also there's a $30 pack for literally, I think it's like 25 mods. It comes in a pack of 25 mods, and it's literally like horse armor, horse and swords. $30. It costs, that mod pack costs more than Skyrim.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Valve didn't.
Speaking of the workshop on Steam, Dying Light added a workshop.
I don't have Dying Light I would be excited, but I don't have Dying Light.
Oh, I think it's awesome. We now have modding tools that we can create our own separate island and set up objectives and basically reinvent the entire game. A lot like the user-created, generated content on Infamous Festival of Blood. I don't know if you've ever played Infamous, but they did a standalone DLC called Festival of Blood, and there was a crap load of user-generated content that you could get into and play.
User-generated Battlefield 4 is doing the same thing. Free DLC. User-created maps. Community created. Awesome. You create, they did voting on how the map would form. It was really cool on how the map would form, and then obviously DICE fixed balance issues inside of it. And they're adding, it's a whole map pack where there's a bunch of night maps coming, like Battlefield, and new weapons, free weapons. So, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah. Going with Dying Light, though?
Yeah, well, that's all I wanted to talk about. They've done DLCs. They added a hard mode. One of the coolest DLCs is coming out soon, where they're giving you an entirely new area to roam around in and vehicles to drive around in.
Yeah.
Dying Light's an amazing game.
Are you excited for E3?
Not really.
I just want to see. I'm really confused about. All right, two more games, and then we can get to the restaurants, and then I guess we can end it if you want.
Oh, I'm going to talk about TwitchCon first.
Oh yeah. So The Division started out as this MMO, and now I think it's down to a 4-player co-op game. And
next thing they'll do Order 1886 and make it a single-player movie.
Yeah. With that's not 16 by that has the little black bars because they can't render the whole screen. Yeah, so I'm curious about that. That's what I want to see at E3. And then No Man's Sky. I know there's information, but I'm I think it's one of those things where I'm not gonna do.
No Man's Sky looks amazing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I'm thinking about doing this with the Star Wars. Is Episode 7 is don't watch any more trailers. So far, the plot isn't given away. Like I don't know the plot, and I think I can avoid trailers.
Yeah, the plot's gonna be Mickey Mouse comes in and ruins everything.
Okay. Now, it would be so funny if he trolled. Right, we're not getting back on Star Wars, but it'd be so funny if he trolled and like on the Millennium Falcon, you just saw like maybe the dials made the Mickey head, and like just like real subtle, just had like Disney everywhere, like scattered about.
Please don't give them the commie bastards any more ideas.
Also, the other game I was gonna, No Man's. I can't wait for No Man's Sky. I really want to. Like, it seems like you can play with people. I saw a trailer where it was like live action, where you could play with different. There was 2 people talking to each other in it, so it makes me think you could play with other people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's multiplayer.
So that's cool. I don't know if there's a story or if it's just exploration. But exploration, there has to be more than just exploration than looking around. Like there has to be some sort of combat to hold me over.
We'll find out. I don't know as much as I'd like to know.
Yeah. Restaurants not tipping waiters and waitresses anymore?
Yeah, there's a couple restaurants talking about doing away with tipping, and what it is they're going to be adding an extra 20% to your check, and what that does is it goes towards paying a salary for your waiter or waitress, so that way your waitress or waiter earns a good paycheck instead of surviving off of tips.
Okay, so I think that's good in like shitty restaurants and like shitty towns, but I'm almost positive there's waiters and waitresses making bank.
Oh yeah, there are probably some people that probably roll in the dough.
Yeah,
no problem.
Also, do you know a streamer named Destiny?
Vaguely.
I watched his stream and he went on a rant about tips, and apparently every waiter and waitress in the country is making over minimum wage. They get paid like $3 an hour. But let's say, Kelly, you're a waiter, you make $3 an hour, and one day you worked for 5 hours, so you should make $30 that day without tips. So you didn't get any tips. You're a shitty waiter. You didn't make tips at all that whole day. You still have to make minimum wage. So the say you worked at like Red Lobster. Red Lobster would have to pay you $7.50 or whatever minimum wages in your area. They would have to pay you that for your 5 hours of work. But where tips comes in is how they save money on that end. So like your tips will make up for the minimum wage. So they're making over minimum wage, but I guess it's probably not the best job.
No, some people can make bank, some people can't.
Yeah. Depends on where you live, I guess.
Exactly.
You're in like Hollywood and you have like Brad Pitt and dropping $500 tips and like movie stars coming in every other day.
Yeah, but also $500 tips is one day, payment out there.
Well, I mean, a few days. Like, I mean,
yeah,
you have Brad Pitt, and then Samuel L. Jackson comes in and is like, I'm gonna just make it rain all over this pizza.
Make it rain on Samuel L. Jackson, biatch. Anyways, so TwitchCon is September 25th and 26th of this year, and I am planning on going. I already have the tickets paid for. I have the hotel room reserved, and going to be finding best price on airplane ticket. But what it is a chance for streamers to interact with Twitch folks and other streamers and game developers. So I could go and possibly meet some pretty amazing people, and a lot of my viewers on Twitch are helping, and I'm honestly, helping me pay for it, so that way I can go to do this. Huh?
You got your business card made yet?
Oh, I'm looking to make one here soon.
There's a guy on Twitter. Our DMU his Twitter, but he really cheap. He does crazy good designs.
Okay.
And he's like, and if you don't like it, he'll redo it over and over until you're 100% happy with what you got.
Cool. I like that. Yeah. I'm actually looking for somebody to do a intro video for me for my live streams.
Yeah, I want an intro video too. I don't know. I saw one that was like he made it himself, and it was just fun. It was just like clips of like it was just like a montage of like funny things from like movies, but it wasn't like there was no sound. It was just like funny things of people falling, like a bunch of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with Will Smith dancing and Carlton dancing, And it was just
Nice.
like funny, get you in a good mood for the stream.
That's cool.
Zeke has a badass one. Have you seen Zeke?
I know. I've seen Zeke's. I was there when he unveiled it.
Oh, I wasn't. I saw something
loved
on
it.
Twitter about it, and then I like went back to one of his replays, and I'm like, this is crazy.
It is crazy. It's amazing. Zeke's a good streamer. I like Zeke.
Yeah.
Anyways, folks.
Hold on.
I'm excited about TwitchCon. I'm very excited about it.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
hoping I can hit my goal before it's time to go, because if not, then I'll have to figure out how to make up that difference. That, and also I got to talk about my job. My job at the end of this month ends.
Like-
things didn't quite work the way they were supposed to, and I am getting the
Ooh.
because I'm the lowest man on the totem pole, basically. And yeah, so at the end of this month, I am going to be officially jobless.
On the other end of the spectrum, I just got I got an internship.
No, that's awesome, dude. Congratulations.
Yeah.
So I've been streaming a lot more. I've been streaming during the day, and of course my evening
Yeah, I
stream.
noticed that.
And I'm kind of, I'm looking for a job. Also, I'm not, hoping that Twitch pays off. I'm actually looking for a job too.
That would be
But-
a risky thing. Like the where you are now. That by the end of the month, it
Well,
pays
no,
off for you. Yeah.
I have one paycheck left, and that'll take care of my next month.
Okay.
So I have the rest of this month and next month to find a job. But I'm also going to be working on Twitch because maybe something could happen.
I hope it does.
Maybe I could quite possibly make enough money to take care of my family and play video games and entertain people and still be a stay-at-home dad.
I remember a Kelly a long time ago who maybe it's just because you like Twitch more than YouTube, but you once said that you would never quit your job to do YouTube full time.
Oh no, never YouTube, but Twitch maybe. Because Twitch I like Twitch's interaction. I like being able to sit down and talk to people. I like playing a video game for them. I like the goofiness. I have a voice modulator now that makes me sound like sort of like Zordon from Power Rangers. I have a LARPing sword that I tote periodically. This is my raid sword. This is my air guitar.
Lightning bolt.
This is my my microphone. Stuff like that. I get to play with it. It's fun. I like entertaining people, and I hope the people that come and watch enjoy what I have to offer.
And I've sort of gravitated, like I used to like doing Twitch more than YouTube, but I've now sort of gone towards YouTube because in my mind I can do like there's the ideas that I have in my mind that only work on YouTube.
Fair enough.
Because there's editing and a lot of trial and error to get this one thing done. Like to get like in game, just playing a lot. Like you might get a little nugget in a stream, but in like you could get 100% gold for YouTube. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's sort of most YouTube streams are mostly silver, a little bit of copper, and some peaks of gold. And then if you have an exceptional stream, you just have a big old Mount Everest of gold.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll get it figured out.
Yeah.
I'll get it figured out. So I'm going to keep looking for a job and keep streaming. So if anybody wants to know, keep an eye out for the email notifications of when I go live, or drop by the channel because the link should be in the description of any of my videos. And I'm actually going to start picking up doing more YouTube videos. I like doing Twitch, but sometimes you're right. I agree with you. Sometimes there are things that can't be done on Twitch that, easier to do on YouTube.
Yeah. Like the sort of vlog sort of things is always
vlogs, man. So,
yeah, because you can sort of think about it, unless you're gonna do like a vlog style thing right when you open your stream and you had time to think about it beforehand. Because you're not gonna sit in your stream in silence, like thinking of like a flow of events of how you want to order this order your point. Like
or Google it, because I Google stuff during my stream. I'll stop the
Yeah.
stream and I'll look something up, but I won't sit there and until I figure it out. A lot of it you have to kind of rapid fire stuff, and sometimes
you have to try to keep unless you want to keep the video as short as possible always.
yes.
Like on YouTube. Like I know, like one thing I had trouble with on my channel is I would go on long rants that were sometimes racist because I'm lefty.
Racist Jordan.
Too long-winded.
Racist Jordan strikes again.
Yep.
All right, folks. This has been about an hour and 45 minutes roughly, and I don't even actually know how long this video's been. This sub Sunday's been.
I don't know, but we did a 2-hour one once, like 2.5-hour ones, and that was I don't see how people do 4-hour podcasts because that was way too long. I'm like exhausted at the end of it, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, could you imagine going for 2 more hours?
No, I wouldn't be able to do it. At all. I've done it. I've done a 4-hour. I've done a 6. I think I've done a 6-hour podcast once before.
Well, I know you've done a few PKAs. Like, well, not done. You contributed in the background. You lurked on a few PKAs.
Kelly, the ultimate lurker. Y'all don't even understand my lurking skills.
Oh, how's the weight loss coming? Or we can talk about it next week if you want.
Tomorrow morning I start back at the gym. I had about a month where I was sick and the kids were sick, and my job not paying me on time kind of put a damper on that, so everything's sorted. So tomorrow morning when I get the kids on the bus, I'm putting on my gym clothes and I'm heading to the gym.
Did you lose any weight from being sick? Was it like a bad illness? Did you drop pounds?
No.
That'd have been great. They'd have been like,
one.
I just stay sick. I don't have to go to the gym anymore.
I believe I put on about 5 pounds of mucus.
Ugh.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, we're gonna call it here. So, everybody, thank you guys for coming out and watching. Sorry about the extra long Star Wars rant. Actually, I'm not sorry about it at all. I hope you guys enjoyed. And we have Jordan over here with the light reflecting on his face, it was a dark and stormy night. Wait a minute.
Goodbye, everybody.
This is what Jordan looks like. It was a dark and stormy night.
I got a flashlight too.
Let me get to it. I got to open the app.
The monitor just make too much light. Oh.
Anyways, everybody, thank you. We'll see you later.
See ya.
Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I need to start doing that at the beginning, so that way I get everybody's attention. Bye.
Everybody makes it to the end.
Yep. Say goodbye, Jordan. Say goodbye, Jordan.
I won't do it. Bye, everybody.
Jordan.